Oh, we could tier list what Genshin characters' favorite genre is. Romance, good. Action slash adventure, good. Aura slop. Yeah, maybe we can call it head slop instead of Josei slop, actually. We're gonna need more genres, though. I think a gauge slop tier would make sense. Fair. Gauge slop. Harem slop. Make a like solo leveling tier. That's the aura slop. Isekai slop. That's just the harem slop. There's good gauge, by the way. I mean, if it's good, it just goes in romance good. I think we can group them together. Maybe we have a quality slop tier. True? No. Okay, what are fantasy slash sci-fi slop? I mean, that's kind of just like... I feel like it pretty much always falls under either aura slop or harem slop for fantasy and sci-fi slop. Horror? Sure. Mystery slash horror? Comedy? Cultivation slop? I mean, that's just aura slop. Is there even another genre? Or do we have all the genres already? Horny slop. Sure. We can have horny slop. Could you explain the categories? Sure. So, shoujo slop is stories that are generally aimed towards girls, mainly revolving around a female main character who does things. Shoujo stories don't tend to necessarily be focused entirely on romance, but romance is very often a pretty major element. The romance presented in those stories is generally very, like, rose-tinted goggles, like Prince on a White Horse type romance. Het slop is a pejorative way to refer to heterosexual romance stories that is mainly the same four male leads: Crown Prince, Cold Duke of the North, and like it's character dynamics that are very like entirely focused on the relationships and the romance. There can be some other subplots there, but yeah, like it's not just Rofan that's head slop. There's some other types of head slop, but the romance is like pretty much always pathetic. It's action slop. I mean, I assume you know what action means. I don't think this one needs much explaining. But this is we're using here to like encompass everything that has to do with action as like the main subject. This includes things that are mainly adventure. Aura slop is stories that are carried by hype moments more so than any sort of narrative. Stuff like solo leveling. Gauge slop is head slop, but the characters are gay. But it's the same sort of like kind of pathetic romance. I mean, the tropes would be inherently different because it doesn't have the same history, but it's the same sort of vibes. Harem slop, I mean, pretty straightforward stories that are all about glazing how amazing the main character is, but rather than it being done through hype moments, like an aura slop, it's done through having everyone fall in love with them. Mystery and horror, I assume you know what that is. And comedy, I assume you know what that is as well. What's the difference between action and aura slop? Action is like One Piece. Aura is like solo leveling. Or like, okay, maybe the difference in quality between those two things is making the comparison difficult, because it's not that action is good and aura is bad. Action is like Naruto, and aura is like JJK. JJK is action slop? It's not. Like, it is an action show, but it's not the sort of slop that counts as action slop to me. It's very clearly aura slop. What's this serious about? This is, what sort of slop would Genshin characters read? Okay, let's skip the travelers, because they don't have a personality. Alright. Jean. What would Jean read? I think Jean would read a head slop. Is that true? Would Jean even read? Maybe we should have an illiterate tier. Doesn't read. Like, she just does. I feel like she wouldn't read because she wouldn't. If it's not related to work, she wouldn't bother with it. Lisa. Horny slop? Don't feel like it, no. I don't think so. Chat, would reverse harem slop be more harem slop or head slop? Harem slop? Because I feel like it's a different vibe. But maybe. I think she reads head slop. Alright. Amber. Amber would read aura slop. Amber would like solo leveling. Like 100%. Okay, is there even such a thing as action adventure good, or should we just call this action slop? What if we just only have slops as categories? Everyone gets everyone gets insulted. I mean, we don't need to have a separate one here then, right? Okay, what slop would Noelle read? Action slop, I think. Barbara, probably just head slop. Maybe we have shoujo slop actually, because like it is meaningfully different from head slop. Yeah. All right, Sucrose, probably mystery slop. Fischl, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That one's pretty easy. Mona, comedy slop? I could see it, sure. Kaeya, cavalry slop. That's just his job. Maybe mystery slop. Diluc, action slop, for sure. Razor, doesn't read. Bennett, Horus, action slop. Ning, horny slop. Beidou, gauge slop. Keqing. Okay, actually, yeah, maybe a horny slop doesn't work because horny is kind of just like a subtype of these other ones. So maybe we don't put her in a horny slop and we just remove the horny slop tier. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Ning would be here. I think Ning would be here. Are you saying she's straight? No. Here, I'm not using harem as like only the harem slop for like the shonen harem slop. It's like wish fulfillment relationship with many people. So it would include reverse harems and gauge harems. Alright, Keqing. I feel like Keqing would be like a closet shoujo slop enjoyer. Does that make sense? Xiangling. What slop would Xiangling read? Xiangling doesn't read. Fair enough. Chongyun. Horror slop? Yeah, fair enough, actually. Xingqiu. Do we actually know canonically what genres Xingqiu reads? Because, like, based on the vibes, I would assume action slop. It's romance? Really? On Xiox, it is. Well, now I don't believe you. Alright. Qiqi doesn't read. Venti. Venti would read comedy slop, I think. Klee can't read. Childe is definitely aura slop. Diona doesn't read. Zhongli. I have no basis for this, like, whatsoever. But I feel like Zhongli would read shoujo slop. I'm not gonna explain myself, but I'm just letting you guys know. Xinyan. I don't know, man. I don't remember anything about Xinyan's personality, honestly. I don't know enough about her. I'm not gonna rank her. Albedo. I mean, Albedo would just read non-fiction. Like, he wouldn't read fiction, I feel. Is that true? Albedo is an art guy, kinda. So maybe he would. Yeah, maybe here. Whatever. Ganyu. Gauge slop, I think. Maybe head slop. I am not sure. Shoujo? I feel like she wouldn't read shoujo. Probably head slop. Xiao. Xiao goes in the gauge slop. Hutao. I mean, yeah. That one. Rosaria. Rosaria would read action slop. Rosaria would love One Piece. Why? Yeah, like she would very much resonate with the like found family trope in action slop. I don't know anything about Yanfei's personality, so I don't know. Eula. Easy head slop. I don't know if I agree with that. Maybe. I can see it actually. She could. I feel like she would read a lot of different slop. Like I could see her in shoujo slop, in head slop, in action slop, in aura slop. I think we'll leave her in head slop for now. Kazuha. He reads comedy on the low. True. I actually could see it. No, I think whatever Kazuha's slop of choices, it has to be embarrassing. Because otherwise, why would he be so insistent on how, oh no, I'm like a literate and knowledgeable guy who reads poetry. Alright? Like, I feel like people who like make a large part of their personality the fact that they read poetry are hiding something. It's okay if you like poetry, there's nothing wrong with that. But no one likes poetry that much. You're hiding something. What are you hiding though? I'm gonna say it's harem slop that he's hiding. It could be gauge slop as well. But I feel like it's harem slop. Ayaka. Yeah, Ayaka is like biggest head slop reader. Yoimiya, I think comedy slop. Sayu doesn't read. Raiden. I think Raiden just wouldn't read. She doesn't give a fuck. She does? Does she canonically read? I did not know that. Yae forces her? Well, okay. If she reads as a homework from someone else, that's not the same as, like, enjoying slop. Okay. In that case, can we just pretend Raiden as a character doesn't exist? So I don't have to think about her characterization, her story, or anything like that? I think that's a good idea. Sarah? I mean, yeah, Sarah would read Gauge Slop for sure. Kokomi. Kokomi would read Mystery Slop and pretend like she understands what's going on. Fish Slop. True. Joel Slop. Holy. I mean, Toma. Toma would read Shoujo Slop, I think. Ito can't read. Goro, he literally reads, I don't care. Your facts are cool and all, but my opinions are stronger. What would Goro read? Goro would read Aura Slop, I think. Shenhe? Shenhe wouldn't read. Yunjin? I don't know. I think Shenhe would read. Okay, Shenhe would read, but not for fun. She would read to, like, understand people. Like, to try to understand people. I don't think she'd, like, actually care about anything she's reading. Let's say Comedy Slop for Yunjin. Sure. Yae. Harem Slop. That's, like, the most instant and self-evident categorization, I think. Ayato... I think Ayato would just read Action Slop. I don't know. Horse Slop. True. Yelan. Mystery Slop? No. Definitely not. I think Yelan would read Shoujo Slop. Is that weird? I just feel like she wouldn't bring her work home like that. Like, she wouldn't read Mystery Slop or Action Slop. I'm not confident in the Shoujo Slop, though. It could be Het Slop or Gauge Slop. Could actually be Comedy Slop. Maybe it would be Comedy Slop. I kind of like Comedy Slop here, actually. Kuki. Probably Action Slop. Hazo. Hazo would bring his work home, I think. Ternari. I don't think he'd read any slop in his downtime. Like, he wouldn't do, like, reading for fun. He's too employed to read. Kole. I think Kole would read Action Slop. It wouldn't be Shoujo. Dori. Dori would read Shoujo Slop, for sure. Okay, everyone who says Money Slop is, like, actually just delusional. You fell for the character's facade that the viewer was meant to dismantle. Like, Dori's whole character is pretends like she likes money, but is actually deep down a kind person who sacrifices for others. Like, that's her whole thing. That's her whole shtick. That's her thing. Well, she does like money, but, like, we're not talking about performative slop reading. We're talking about inner desire slop reading here. Sino. No, Sino wouldn't read Comedy Slop. Sino comes up with his own jokes. Doesn't Sino canonically read Action Slop? What is King of Invocation? Is it Action Slop or is it Aura Slop? It's probably Aura Slop more than Action Slop. Candace. Gauge Slop. Nilu. Shoujo Slop. Het Slop. Shoujo Slop. Nahida. Nahida doesn't read for pleasure. Lila. Probably Mystery Slop, yeah. Wanderer. Aura Slop. Reasonable. Farazan. Probably Shoujo Slop. Alhaitham. Harem. There's no way Alhaitham would read any sort of romance story. Yeah, I think he doesn't read for fun. Yao Yao. Probably can't read. I don't know, man. Deya. Deya's definitely in Het Slop, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, okay, no, you know what? It's Shoujo. It's Shoujo. You're right. You're right. Mika probably can't read. I don't fucking know, man. I just don't know enough about him. Same for Yao Yao, honestly. Alright. Baiju. Mystery Slop. / horror slop, sure. Kave. I feel like Kave would be in harem slop more than in Gauge Slop. Like, Kave would yearn to be a harem main character. He would envy the riz of harem main characters. He wants a harem of all hythos, yeah, pretty much. I don't think Kave is that much of a loser. I mean, clearly, after having done the latest Archon quest, he is. My god. Kirara. I don't know enough about Kirara. Linny. Comedy Slop? Sure. I could see it. Lynette. Definitely horror slop, I think. Fremine... I don't know if he has a personality. Nevilette? I don't think Nevilette reads for fun. Risley. Risley would read Gauge Slop, I think. Risley reads Yuri, exactly. Like, he gives off those vibes, if that makes sense. It's canon? Wait, what do you mean it's canon? Like, does he actually... Oh, that's very funny if that's true. Okay. Farina. I think Farina would read shoujo slop. Het slop. I don't think Farina would read the sort of stories that have the sort of tone that really makes them feel like het slop instead of shoujo slop. Charlotte. I don't know, man. I don't want to think about her as a character. Navia. I'd tragedy slop for Navia. She wouldn't read tragedy slop. She experiences tragedy slop already. I think she'd read shoujo slop as a form of escapism. Xiangling. Parenting slop. True. Comedy Loki. I can see it. I don't feel strongly about this one, though. Gumming. I can see Gumming in action. Yeah. Chiori. Dude, I think Chiori wouldn't be able to read shoujo because, like, any sort of visual media, she'd get upset at how shitty the dress designs are. What slop has the best dress? I don't know. Probably Gauge slop. Mystery slop. It could be Mystery slop, too. It's one of the two, probably. Either Mystery slop or Gauge slop has the best dressed characters. Aura, too? No. Aura slop knows that their characters aren't memorable enough for anyone other than the main character to have more than one outfit. If they want the characters to be recognizable, they need to keep them in the same outfit. I think it'd probably be Gauge slop. Arlecchino. Okay, are we talking headcanon Arlecchino or canon Arlecchino? Because I think canon Arlecchino, as much as I hate to say it, would read head slop. But I don't want that to be the case. So I'll do headcanon Arlecchino instead. And I think headcanon Arlecchino would read harem slop. Isn't that even worse? I mean, a character having bad taste doesn't make them a worse character. But yes, I do think harem slop is worse. Client. Probably just action slop. I don't know what the fuck Seguini or Sethos or Imidi think. I don't know what's inside their head. Molani. Comedy slop? No. Just because she's upbeat doesn't mean she would read comedy slop. I think Molani is like the target audience for head slop, actually. Kachina would read aura slop. Kenichi never learned how to read, but he's too embarrassed to admit it. Thoughts? Shoujo slop. I don't think Kenichi's flippant personality is a facade. I think he's just an asshole. I don't really see him reading shoujo. Probably just action slop. Shilonen. Okay, I am actually curious about this, chat. This is a question for the gays, okay? So, if you're not part of the gays, hands off your keyboard, okay? Type my bad, and then hands off your keyboard. Alright, just so that we can do, like, not like the my bad emote. Okay, now that only the gays are left, do you guys ever read head slop? I would assume that you do, because there's just a lot of head slop, but it's just less appealing than romance that has relationships that you can actually self-insert with. But, like, will you ever read romance involving relationships that you would not be a part of, basically? And, like, what percentage of the romance you read is that? And if you're not part of the gays, you can type another my bad just to say that you're still here. And like 20%, 30%, 99%. That's a lot of my bads. 20%, 2/3, 6-7%. That's a good one. 20%, less than 10%. Okay. Hands back on keyboard. It's time to switch the roles. Actually, can I say that? If I say gay people stop typing, is that gonna count as a hate crime? Am I allowed to say that? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. He's done. Okay, my bad. Okay, but okay. For the people that are straight in chat, what percentage of the romance you read is gauge? Like, not hetero relationships. It seems like for most, it's like either 0 or like a pretty significant portion. It seems like there's a lot more zeros for straight people reading gay romance than gay people reading straight romance. But the ones that aren't zeros seem to be higher. Yeah, but I guess my audience is mainly men, and I would assume that the answer would change pretty significantly if you were to ask a group that's majoritarily women. Because men get really uncomfortable with BL in a way that women don't really tend to. What is BL? Boys love. Romance involving, generally, 2 men. Could be more. I don't know. I'm not out here policing your boy's love. Yeah, Mulum. I think for straight men, they're more open to any romance when it's a good story. I mean, no, I don't think that's true. I don't think men in general tend to read romance all that much. If you like seeing women kiss but not men, that's just homophobic. I mean, no, not necessarily. If you think it's okay for women to kiss and not for men to kiss, then yes, that is homophobic. But like, when it comes to romance, when I read romance, I want to be presented with characters that like, I can like think that if I were in the story, I would also fall in love with that character. And it's a lot harder for me to do that with men. Which is why I don't really tend to read BL where romance is like the main narrative drive. And like, I would assume that one of the reasons why BL is so popular with women is something similar. I think when it comes to romance, it's generally more appealing when the characters involved are characters that you could see yourself falling in love with, rather than characters you could see yourself being. But yeah, like, I was asking about this because I was wondering where I should put Xilonen. Because, like, I feel like Xilonen should be in Headslop, but I don't want to conflate that with me making a statement that Xilonen is straight. But I feel like she'd read Headslop. And I was asking about that because, like, I wanted to know how many lesbians in chat read Headslop, basically. Like, if that was a characterization that even, like, made sense. Xilonen is pretty much the closest Genshin devs could get to she and Maoika are banging without risking losing their homophobic audience. I mean, that is not even remotely true. That is not even remotely true. I can think of 2 pairs of characters off the top of my head that are much more obvious, fucking shoved in your face. Like, yeah, I can think of 2 lesbian pairings and 1 gay pairing that are much more obvious than Xilonen and Maoika. I actually didn't pick up on Xilonen and Maoika for a while. Every implied romance in Genshin is queer. Is that true? If we exclude the Traveler, is that true? Varkol. Is there actually implied romance there? I don't know about that one. I don't know. Anyways. Maoika goes in Headslop. Or, sorry. Xilonen goes in Headslop. Chaska. Chaska Aura Slop. Pretty clearly to me. Auroron. Also Aura Slop. Pretty clearly to me. Maoika. Also Aura Slop. Pretty clearly to me. Okay, actually, is it that she would read Aura Slop, or is it that her story is Aura Slop? I have to try to fight my bias. Like, would she actually want to read Aura Slop when she lives through Aura Slop every day? Maybe not. Like, maybe, but maybe not. Dude, honestly, I feel like Maoika would like Spy Family. But, like, what type of slop even is Spy Family? Comedy slop? I guess? Okay, I mean, Citlali is, like, #1 het slop. Like, yeah. Citlali canonically reads something that is very clearly Headslop. She has Headslop in her idol animation. I don't know about Lan Yan. I don't know about Yumeglorp. Veressa. Does Veressa have a character? Like, she eats a lot. I guess there's the Fianetta? Whatever her name is. So it would probably be Auraslop. Fiatena. Yeah. Like, canonically, she reads Auraslop. Because that's what the Fiatena stuff is, right? Eon-san. I don't know. What the fuck would Eon-san... Like, probably just action slop. Escoffier. I mean, I don't even know a single thing about her character. I didn't even do that, like, that one quest, so, yeah. Aoife. I also don't know anything about Aoife. Skirk. Okay, Skirk. Skirk would love Auraslop? No, I don't think so. Doesn't read for fun. Yeah, like, I feel like she wouldn't read for fun, but it's not because she doesn't find it fun to read. Is that she just straight up it's like she's too busy, she has other things. But I feel like they're like, if we think about it, we can find a sort of slop that she would actually enjoy. And I think it would be Shoujo slop. Dahlia. Dahlia reads Shoujo slop. Reasonable take. Inefa. I don't know, man. Llama. This might be a hot take, but I think Llama would read comedy slop. I know, can't read. I don't know, maybe. I mean, she, like, probably, canonically, she probably can, because she's supposed to be smart and shit, but whatever, she doesn't. She can't. Flynn's. Flynn's definitely comedy slop, I think. Nefer. This one's a difficult one. I think you could make a strong... No, it's not mystery. Definitely not mystery. It's either harem slop, gauge slop, or aura slop. I think she could very well fit into all of those. But I think I'm leaning more towards harem slop. I would never read harem slop. Is the same reason as Kaveh. She would read harem slop as a sort of wish fulfillment fantasy. Do you just hate bottoms? I mean, Ning is here too. Like, Ning is... No, I was saying that as a counter argument. Beidou is a power struggle. I don't know, man. I've seen how Beidou talks about Ning, and I don't think she's struggling very hard. I'll tell you that. It doesn't seem like she's putting a lot of effort into that struggle. Durin. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Alright. Yahoda. Yahoda would read Aura Slop. Columbina. I think Columbina would read Gauge Slop. She can't read because her eyes are closed. True. I mean, maybe she knows Braille. I wonder what it would be called into that. Because, like, Braille is named after the guy who made it. Aren't there, like, canonically, like, only 3 smart people into that? What if their equivalent of Braille is called the Zandi? Oh, man. Alright, Zabai. I don't know. I haven't done the fucking quest yet. Ilua, I mean, doesn't really matter. Okay, Varka. Aura. I don't know if you would read Aura Slop. Like, I feel like the sort of people who read Aura Slop tend to be the sort of people that don't have aura. Maybe Varka thinks reading is too difficult and he doesn't do it. I could see that. He just like me for real, for real. Linnea, I don't know. Nicole. Yeah, Nicole would read like everything. Every type of slop. So we can put her wherever we want. Probably an action slop, honestly. I don't know. Prune. Lohan, I don't know. Yeah. Sandrone, which is the last one, because everyone else is just... What would Sandrone read? Gauge slop? I don't know. Maybe. Head slop just to deny being gay. I kind of like that one, actually. I kind of like that idea. Reading head slop as a way to hold down the closet door. So this is the list? Yeah, performative head slop. But, like, it's not like, there was another character earlier that would, like, I didn't put in the category that they would read performatively. Who was it? Dory? It might have been Dory. Yeah, I think it was Dory. The reason why Dory goes in Shoujo Slop, even though she would performatively read something else, is because she knows that she wants to read Shoujo Slop. Whereas Sandrone is lying to herself. Like, Sandrone successfully convinced herself she likes head slop.
Deuce on the loose! Yeah. Deuce on the loose!
Deuce on the loose!